Hi, this is Yolanda Van Veen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to make dried flower arrangements. Now, flowers are so beautiful when they're fresh, but when they dry, we can still keep them in our homes and enjoy them through the winter. But here's some tips. Now, there's many flowers that dry really well. For example, roses of any color will dry really well. And you can always spray paint them to be any color that you want them to be after you dry them too. Now, statice is a great filler, and it's used very often in dried flower arrangements because it lasts so long and it has that real nice feathery look. So you can see I've taken a red rose and dried it and painted it black, and now it just has some baby's breath or gypsophilia dried with it, and that's just beautiful on its own. So I've really found that simple is more when you're drying. And there's many different types of berries that dry really well, and even you can make beautiful wreaths, and you can use combinations of cedar or silk with a lot of the different types of dried flowers. And pine cones, there's lots of different plants that you can use dried. One of my favorites is also eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is a great dried flower or dried plant, and they make seed pods too that will look really good. So when you're arranging dried flowers, the trick is to really let every single flower stand out, and to always work in groups of threes or odd numbers. So you don't want to overwhelm the bouquet either. So just by adding maybe a dozen roses, and I always say any combination of three, so sixes and nines are still work, or fives, as long as there's more than three, it seems. And then by adding some filler, like the eucalyptus, around the sides and the middle, you can add a lot of interest to it as well. And the trick is a combination of the flowers and the filler. And then add, for more color, you can add some statice. And the thing is to really make the flowers stand out by showcasing each and having as many colors as you want or can have in a bouquet, because they're always beautiful. And so just by using a combination and putting some berries in there as well, you'll find that with a little time, you can have a lot of colors. And you can, with dried flowers too, they're not using water, so you can always just fill them in with shorter stems to add more color. And there's all different types of flowers you can use. You can add little wooden flowers, add a lot to a bouquet as well. So by making it simple, you can always glue everything into the bouquet as well, and then that way it'll stay much better. And even things or plants like an aster adds a lot of fill to it. And you can make a nice little bouquet very simply with very little effort. With dried flowers, you can use your imagination, but always try to showcase each flower, and you can change them out too. For example, you might have a Christmas wreath that has got silk in it. By just pulling out some of the different plants or dried flowers out of that and switching it out with a lot of colors or dried flowers, then you can use it into the next summer or make a fall wreath out of it. So you can always use your imagination and always change all of your flower arrangements to match the season. And then there are a lot of easy ways that you can use dried flowers and make your home a very beautiful place.